Oh, I just be singing songs, sir. I know you don't know about that though, so you'll see as we go. All right. What's up, everybody? It's the Your Pal Show. Once again, just putting in this work, practicing like OG ever told me to do, and man, I'm gonna get it down one day, but today is real special for me. Hopefully everybody's doing fine. I love all y'all. Just want y'all to know that every single one of y'all motherfuckers, I love y'all for real. And if we could just learn how to love each other like reciprocally or whatever, man, this world would be so much a better place. And speaking of a better place, things are happening on this planet that show that there is still hope. Speaking of which, I have a guest today who, I don't even know how to describe it. This is my very good friend. Very, very, very good friend. I'm talking about, this is my brother. This is my family. And you wouldn't even believe something that I'm about to tell you. But, I just want to let you know that this show is, it's a little conversation about a journey between two people on opposite sides of the law. Me being a convict, him being a prosecutor who prosecuted that convict, got him put away for 65 years. But parole didn't come till maybe 5 more years from now, after 30 years. But look at here, Your Pal's right here. And man, my guest today is somebody who I have the utmost respect for, and the biggest admiration, commendation, and love for. And I want to introduce him today. His name is Jim Young, or James R. Young, attorney at law. How you doing today, sir?
I'm all right, Alvin. How are you?
That's good, man. I appreciate you coming out here today.
Sure.
That's cool, man. So, how you been? Tell me about you.
I'm doing okay, man.
I ain't heard from you in a minute. We used to talk a little more than normal. You don't answer my calls or nothing.
No, I answer your calls when I get them.
Turn my texts or none of that stuff, huh?
Well, I don't look at that stuff anymore since I'm retired. It never comes up on my phone.
I'm talking about my calling yours, personal phone.
I don't carry my phone.
Oh, you don't even carry the phone no more. Wow.
Bingo.
Okay. So you doing okay? Your wife doing all right?
We're doing great.
All right, man. It's so good to see you again, too, sir. For real. So, you know what this show about today, or you just right here ready?
I think I'm right here and ready.
Okay. Well, I'm just talking. We're going to take it around the block for a second, but you don't mind telling us a little bit about yourself, how you know me and what's going on?
Like Alvin said, my name is Jim Young. I've been a lawyer for a long time, and back in the day, about 2003, I was a prosecutor in the DA's office, and I inherited. Well, a good friend of mine was the chief prosecutor of Alvin's case, and she asked me to come along and help her out in trying the case. So I did. And so I didn't get to know Alvin then because, he was on the other side. He was just a guy that sat over there and was quiet, But
Sure was.
So we prosecuted his case and got a big old sentence on him. And that was that for a long time. What was it, man? About 20-something years?
What, before you met back up with me?
Or that letter? Well, it was
15
years.
15 years? Yeah. It took another 9 years before something actually happened.
Yeah.
But, all right, you can continue. Still talking.
Okay, so anyway, you wrote me a letter. You wrote the DA's office a letter. And in that letter, it was very impressive to me because I was the only one involved with that case that was still working at the DA's office. And
the only one?
Well, Judy had already retired.
So you was the only one left?
Yeah. That was. I mean, there was
new
some of the investigators and stuff were still there, but I mean.
Yeah. I'm saying that's new information for me.
Yeah. Like Bob Merrill was still there, but for me, I was the only lawyer, so I looked at the letter, and I mean, it really impressed me because I've read hundreds, maybe thousands of those letters from inmates, and they all say, "I'm not guilty. I didn't do it." Blah blah blah. And you said, "I'm guilty, guilty, guilty," and all I want is a time cut because that's too much. Because I had this problem with this teacher. I mean, it wasn't like I just went out and picked on a stranger. I mean, this guy had been abusing me. And so when I was a kid, and so, I think that ought to count for something. That's the gist of what you put in the letter. And, well, I think he's probably right, and so.
So let me ask you this. You, like when you say you would have got that letter when you were, hotshot prosecutor, 85 years or 55, pick somewhere in between if you don't want to give him 85 on his ass. Like, say you would have got a letter back then, do you think that you still would have considered those things?
Maybe, probably.
Or like, did you even possibly know something was going on?
No, I didn't know anything was going on. I mean, there was a lot more stuff about abuse in that offense report that I remembered.
Okay, okay.
I'm not so sure how much of that offense report I ever read. It seems like I would have, in a murder case, I would have read the whole thing. And I probably did.
Or it seems not, huh?
But since I came in right before it was set for trial, I came on, it was set for trial, and the defense got a continuance to the next setting, which was that setting in, I think, July that we finally went on. And so I wasn't on it that long before the trial. But anyway, it turns out there was a fair amount of stuff in there. But, the problem is, see, prosecutors see lots of things in cases. I mean, I see lots of ways to defend cases, Right. I'm a pretty sharp guy. I did both sides for a long time, so I get a case.
Very sharp.
Well, if they, what I would do in this case is I do this, this, and this. And the defense lawyer doesn't do it. I can't very well go over to him and say, "Hey, do this, this, and
that." Right. So hey, I want to note to everybody that this guy is really sharp. To all the people that got this so-called ADD, this social media ADD stuff that everybody got, man, this man here, you could tell him something like nonchalant sideways. Alfie got 4 nails on his hand and then 1 on his thumb, but the other one's bigger than the other. And 2 years later, in just a normal conversation, he'll just bring that up, like, just, well, what's Alfie's hand with the thumb on it or something, man? Speaking of which, how you doing, Alfie? What you doing?
Shit, I'm all right, man. I'm just glad to be here, I'm just chilling. Speaking of which, how you doing, sir? I hope you're all right over there.
I'm doing fine, Alfie. How are you?
No, I used to didn't like your
motherfucking
ass.
I'm glad you got to the joint, too, out of the joint, too,
Yeah, no doubt. I didn't deserve to be there.
You beat Alvin out, I think.
Yeah, I sure did. But, hey, man, much respect to you, because I probably want to kick your ass a couple times. Just want you to know that, sir.
All right, man, chill, Alfie. You good, man. We working on Alfie. Alfie gonna get him a contract one day. We ain't took off on him yet. But okay. Let me ask you, like when you did get my case across your desk or whatnot, or however you ended up with it, like what kind of person you thought you was dealing with?
Well, I thought I was dealing with somebody who went out and killed people and stole their stuff.
No doubt. The scum of the earth.
Huh?
Scum of the earth, huh?
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm kind of one that, I was always kind of a principled guy. In murder cases, I always thought we kind of ought to start out at 60, because that's the, you become, that's the, it's all the same after that as far as parole eligibility.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. 30 years, everybody. Like, you can have 99 years, but you come up for parole in 30.
Yeah.
If you got 55 years, you'll come up in, like,
27 and a half
something, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
on down.
Less, but 60, you come up in 30, and then everything else is still 30.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the minimum, I thought.
Right.
That's why I looked at it. And so.
Understandable, sir.
So that's what we were going for. I mean, See, it's not all that personal, when you're prosecuting these cases. I'm not saying that guy is a horrible guy. I may say something like that to the jury, but see, I don't even know you that much.
Objection! Sustain. Disregard that last statement, and everybody done heard everything. This man, he's a scumbag. Objection.
Was none of
Disregard
that,
that jury. Like they just hear all this crazy
your
shit.
trial.
Hey, I mean, I appreciate the experience to even get to see that. Like how
You didn't even see any of that in your trial.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it definitely. You got him. Objection. Sustain. Disregard that jury and all the jury. They like I'm just supposed to forget what they just said. But that's a pretty good game. I mean, I think I could have been a lawyer, or interrogator or something if I just would have took the right path. I feel, But okay. So let me tell you. Can I tell you a story real quick?
Sure.
All right. You said about the letter. So, I was always searching for God, no matter, I'm crazy, rascal, little bus ass kind of guy, man. I don't know. I'm off the cuff. I'm unorthodox. I do goofiest stuff or whatever. But as my search for God came, like it kept developing, and then like I was in the point where I was like meditating and stuff, which they were telling me to steal my mind. Like, y'all think too much. Y'all need to quit thinking so much. The angels, God, everybody talking to us, and then we connected some kind of way. So I was really tuned into that, no matter what I was mixed up in, and it's just coming out of probably this stillness. And it wasn't even a stillness. They say it'll happen in your regular everyday life, or it might happen in your stillness. You just get thoughts. They coming across your mind, like all these monkey thoughts that come, and you gotta let them go. But some of those thoughts are coming from, angelic beings or something. So sitting in my bunk one day, thought just popped in my mind. Oh, shit. I'll start writing. I wrote a letter. According to the rules and regulations, you can ask for a time cut and let me start off by saying I am guilty. Let me say it, because all these guys in prison say, hey, they owe you this. They tick right here. I don't know, like y'all doing something wrong all the time, and they owe you this or something. That's all I ever heard in prison. No, I never heard nobody say, just say you're guilty. Never ever heard that. So that thought just popped in my mind. I was like, man, I'm guilty. Let me start off saying that first. But let me let you know why my time was excessive. I broke down a little situation about, teaching and all this stuff. And it wasn't even to you. It was to Rosemary Lindbergh.
Right.
Like, it wasn't even for you. I don't know how it ended up on your desk, but I put one for the judge, the DA, the sheriff, if 2 of the 3 agree or whatever. But I just shot my shot on my sister's birthday. Oh, but speaking of which, I was in there breaking rules too. I had a cell phone, everybody in there too. So I said something to my angels, my guardians or whatever. I said, look out, guardians. Man, I got this technology right here where I could text this bitch in Australia. She get my text in like 3 seconds. I know y'all got some kind of communication technology that y'all got, and y'all communicate with each other. So y'all think y'all can, get somebody's attention with this letter? Like, I said that out loud, sir. I promise you I said that out loud. And also, there's some words in a book that I read about Jesus where I'm just say the quote situation where I use this quote at the end of my letter, and I say, hey, this is fucking words of Jesus right here. I ain't gonna just let this get by, huh? Jesus that I got tattooed on my arm when I was like 14, I believe, or whatever. So he said this. I said this. I discern from the position you hold, judge, DA, sheriff, your love of justice, if not the desire to show mercy. I venture to say that if you saw me on the wayside, sick, hurt, attacked by robbers, you come to my rescue with no hesitation. And I dare say you've done that many times in the course of your lifetime. And then I say that to say this, I have changed and one, blah, 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 right at the end of the letter. But that little quote came from Jesus, though, FYI, huh? So, okay, bang. I put the letter in on July 8th. That is my sister LaToya's birthday. Not really thinking nothing of it. I don't know what's going on, but I do believe that if God or the angels want something to happen, they can make it happen. So I do trust that. So, shoot my shot. So 2 months later, I get a little request pass or something to go see an attorney or something, and it's your ass. You remember how the situation came? You came in the door, shook my hand, and you say you don't remember this, but I remember it verbatim, huh? Pretty much. You said, shaking my hand, you know who I am? I say, no, sir. Who are you? I'm the guy that got you in prison, motherfucker. I say, what, huh? When? You don't recognize me? I'm the guy that got that jury. I was in your trial. I got the jury to give you that time you doing, motherfucker. And something like that. I was like, oh, yeah, you old buddy that sat next to the head lady that did all the talking. Yeah, I'm the one that got that jury to do your time, motherfucker. Ass shit. I was like, well, shit, okay, what's up? You good? What's up? You all right? Well, I can't talk to your fucking ass about it. You took your coat off, put it on the back of your chair, sat down. He said, I'll talk to you about this letter you wrote. You had a manila folder. And so you opened it and you said, did you write this letter? Leaned over the table. I was like, that's my time card. It wasn't supposed to go to you. I was thinking in my mind, like, that's my time card request. Okay, well, first and foremost, you closed it right after that. But first and foremost, I want to say this first. I'm pretty much speaking for everybody in the courtroom. We send you motherfuckers up the river every goddamn day of the week. It's like a brush off our shoulder. Good riddance. We don't give a fuck.
I don't think I said
yes, you did. You said that. You don't remember that? All this memory I just bigged you up about. You don't remember that? Yeah, I remember it verbatim. You said we like, man, we don't give a fuck, pretty much. Like, good riddance. Up to the jump, up the river. Yeah. So you said, when I saw your letter, like you said this, you said, I remember exactly who you are. I remember how bad I wanted your ass, and you know what I said? Fuck you. I wasn't gonna open it. You held the letter cover up. You said, you don't understand. Trash can here, letter here. Trash can here, letter here. And then you got a little animated. And guess what? Remember my prayer about the bitch in Australia? You got it animated right here when you said trash can letter. You said, but something just kept eating in my brain. You don't understand, motherfucker. Someone's eating in my brain. You did this with the manila folder. You said, I just had to open it. You opened the manila folder. And after reading that, I ain't never seen nobody in all this time. I really had to come look in your goddamn eyes, see if you was a goddamn con artist. Motherfucker, let's get down to business. You started interrogating me. And I want to know how you felt. You know what I mean? After coming down there to see me after this situation.
Well, you know, the main thing I was interested in that, Alvin, was partly whether you wrote the letter or not.
I know, right?
Because there's a lot of people who get letters written for them.
Absolutely.
And that some smart, smooth-talking son of a gun just writes the letter out.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure you knew kind of what was in it. And
okay. But, I mean, it impressed you enough to come do that, though.
Right.
But continue, my bad.
I said I'd never seen a letter like that before. I don't think very many people have. And so, you know, we went down there, and I don't think I used motherfucker quite as many times as you said I did, but I might have.
He uses other words.
But anyway, the point was, and it you know, when you're prosecuting, it's not personal. It's not like but it's not like you're just a piece of dirt. You know, I mean, it never feels good. You get a sense of like getting a big sentence on you get some quiet satisfaction that we won the case. Justice was done. We got the case.
No, they work y'all did.
Done. Right. But on the other hand, then when you see something like this, that maybe it's not right. You see what I'm saying? Because like I told the DA, and they brought it up at that hearing back when I was off. You know, I left. That was in 15. I left the DA's office at the end of 16. Okay, so I was most of the time when we were dealing with each other, I was back out in private practice. You know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So. Anyway, I told, what's her name? Taylor. Holly.
Okay, Holly, yeah.
That you know, look, I couldn't believe if somebody got up there, if you gotten up there and said, you know, this guy was sexually abusing me, there's no way in hell a jury in Austin would give you 65 years.
Okay.
I mean, if I'd been your lawyer, I think he could have investigated more and maybe got some real witnesses. But even if he hadn't turned up and did at least squat, I'd either made you get up there and say that, or I would just open on it. You know, like I would just stand up there in my opening statement and say, ladies and gentlemen, the state is prosecuting this as if Mr. Stewart is an evil man. But he is not. The victim in this case, the guy who's dead, was actually a perpetrator. He was sexually abusing Alvin Stewart and a bunch of other kids during this time. And so the case already goes, at that point, Judy Shipway is going to stand up and say, Judge, we need a quick break. And we would have settled the case, you see.
Right, for sure.
And so, you know, without any regard to you or your personal qualities, I mean, you could be a stone killer, you know, for all, you know, but you still got to have a new trial on that.
Right.
I mean,
and it's hard for people to get like looks in the courtroom, like from my experience and watching people, and for that to happen, like I say, that's a miracle all day long. And like you part of that miracle, so that means you got to be connected.
No, I mean that's right. I mean I think that you know you definitely got screwed over by your lawyer, and you know you needed a new trial. So
you know what they did for me, right? You know,
gave you 5, right?
Yeah,
Credit for back time.
years.
So you're done. You're not on parole, not nothing.
Hey, I just want to say during the show, I ain't gonna cry. Hey, thank you, sir, for real.
Sure.
I gotta hug you with my dirty
right,
self,
buddy.
huh? I know you
All
crispy and stuff, but thank
That's
you
all
for
right.
real, sir. And I really do thank you for believing.
Yeah, well, you see, part of that deal was there was 2 months lag there. I don't know when our office got it. You know, I probably, if I had access to the DA's file right now, usually they stamp all the envelopes when they come in, you know, so we could probably figure out what day the DA received it. I don't know what day I received it, but it took me a while to come around. I mean, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to come down, and you know, it wasn't like I'm just, oh boy, I can go do it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Man, tell me about that a little bit more.
Just like somebody else I know, fighting the Lord, you know.
I got you.
You know.
Touche, how you say it? That's good. And, you know,
it's just, you know, what I wanted was, I mean, that was put a big old lick on you and wanted nothing personal, it's just, you know, you were a bad guy. We're going to do this, but, you know, weren't as bad a guy as we thought you were, so we got to do something about that. You know, you didn't deserve that. So.
Yeah, I thank you very much, man. So things worked out after about a decade.
And what that was done was, you know, you were asking for a time cut. So and a time cut, for those who don't know, is where the DA, the judge, and the sheriff, 2 out of those 3 agree that a time cut is a good idea, then we go back, you know, then it goes to the parole board, and then it goes to the governor.
Yeah,
and you can get a time cut. Except
that's
with our
on a lot of avenues, huh?
Yeah, with our current
Governor.
parole board, or even the one back then, and the nobody's getting a time cut, you know.
Right.
So it took me a while to convince you that what you needed was ineffective assistance writ.
Convince me?
Yeah, well, you would do it, but it took a little while, and also that I couldn't represent you.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And you see, we had all those problems, and see, back in the old days, you didn't get appointed lawyers on a writ.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of places in Texas, you probably still don't. It's just that in Austin, they have this capital area private defender service, and they'll appoint lawyers just about anybody.
CAPDS.
Yeah, CAPDS. So they finally appointed you a lawyer who was the guy who filed the writ.
Robert Daniel.
Robert Daniel, yeah.
Yes, Robert.
Trying to remember.
Big Rob.
See, I'm retired, man. I've all this stuff has been washed clean.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Robert Daniel, and he filed that writ for you because I needed to be a witness in the case.
Right.
And so anyway, that took a long time to bring all that about, and so that's why it took all that 9 years that we were sitting there. And so then you came back to Austin, and sat in Travis County Jail for a while.
Year and 3 months. See
Yeah.
how fat I got?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And that 300 pounds, everybody. I was 300 pounds. I've never been over 265, 270 maybe at the most. 300 when I got out, man. Just eating cupcakes and Zoom Zooms and Wham Whams and sodas and just sitting on my ass. But
so that was what was going on, and so and you got a new DA that was more sympathetic to this kind of stuff, and so
his name is Thomas.
Jose
Garza. Jose Garza. Shout out to Jose Garza, Holly Taylor, and all them people that's in the courtroom right now because they all for, we call them woke a little bit. You know what I mean? They kind of
for
with
justice,
the woke, they down with justice.
So, and it was pretty clear even to an old hard ass like me that justice was not done in your
no doubt.
in your case. So
I didn't know nothing about none of that stuff until we started going to court. I didn't know nothing about all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
Really,
so
seriously.
Anyway, so you got and so we had that hearing and it became very obvious that your lawyer didn't know diddly about your case when he tried it, and he was pretty awful.
Maybe we should bring him on the show too.
No, I don't think. I think he was embarrassed enough that
Ooh, yeah, hey, I'm gonna tell you, he did after all that fiasco or whatever.
Yeah.
He was fighting, but then he is actually a good person. I could tell. After a minute, he was like, man, and then he looked at me and gave me the look like, man, I recognized it, and he did give that to me. So I want to give a shout out to Mr. Thomas Garza.
Yeah.
For realizing people don't pay attention to stuff sometimes, but he gave it was a look of recognition as well as what we call it, acknowledgement.
Yeah.
And responsibility. He looked over at me finally and
he was taking responsibility for it.
Yeah. But he was fighting. He was fighting it for a while.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to have to eat something like that,
No doubt. Okay, so we fast forwarded to they let me out.
Okay.
Shit's all on the news, and I'm talking about that day they told me that they was granting bond, and next morning my lawyers was telling me that, hey, you're gonna get out probably next week or something. We gotta see you. Next morning, hey, Stuart, pack your shit, you gone.
Right.
Oh, okay, I'm out. I didn't have a monitor on. I didn't have nothing. Guys on parole and probation. They got resources. They already getting their license.
Well, the good news is you didn't have a monitor. The bad news is you didn't get a benefit of all those resources.
Oh, I didn't get none of those, man. I just got out.
Except me. I was carrying you around town.
Yes, you were. And hey, Jim is the guy that showed me the way. He was trying to show me the way because we didn't have many conversations. So I said, I want to hang around your caliber type of people. And see if I can make that happen. 2 weeks, I got my license. Next week, I got a car. All thanks to you, lead me the way, because I wouldn't have knew shit. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that for real, very much. Took me to the AA classes at Bridges to Hope Church. Bridges to Shore. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, excellent fellows up in there. I say that to say though, what happened to me. I ended up catching another damn case. Ain't that a bitch? How'd you feel about that when that happened?
I was not well pleased.
I know you weren't. Nobody was. And man, I'm just saying it's real out here. I didn't know what to expect, but I got this personality, and if it's people that's close to me that I love to death, man, it's some strong stuff going on so much. Well, I was living in a hotel for 4 months. Wasn't 1 month out of prison, I'm living in a hotel or something like that.
Kind of a junkie motel, though.
Yeah, junkie motel, a hustler motel, whatever it was. But yep. I ain't know no hotels was, just close by the house. I just went to that, and I stayed in there 4 months, and almost like I was set back. I was in prison, COVID, they don't care about you already, and it was so bad, you're getting the mode where I'm like, man, fuck it. If you want to do something, we can do it. I say what I want, do what I want, whenever I want. God, you got a problem with it, you better get me up out this motherfucker. I don't give a damn no more. I like it get to that point sometimes, man. I'm just saying that for anybody that's doing time, like, man, I salute them for, you know, trying to keep their head best way they can, because it's serious in there. That's something I'll talk about in the future. But I was in that mode, holding the gun, selling drugs again, got no job.
I wouldn't go into the details.
I mean, you know, but I
would not do.
Hey, and this guy always told me, hey, you shouldn't be sharing that on the phone. Every time, man, I appreciate that.
Do you know?
I mean, but hey, I'm like I told you on the phone, man. This is what you get. I mean, this is really what's going on.
Don't make me be part of that.
Yeah, that's the lawyer in him right here.
I don't like people to. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Like, okay, well, I'm saying, like, so you not well pleased, and man, it was pretty rough after those times.
See, it's like, you know, I tell you what, and I understand how it is. I mean, like, see, they say now people's brains when they're young aren't fully developed yet. So, like, 19, 20-year-olds do all this kind of stupid shit that is really stupid, okay?
18-year-olds.
They can't necessarily, 18-year-olds, they can't necessarily be held fully responsible. Some people think that, okay?
Right.
And I've always been the idea, you know, of, well, you know, I don't want them voting in bond elections, something important, but it costs me money. But, you know, I
okay.
I think they ought to know enough not to commit capital murder, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, huh?
And so, but they just don't. So, you know, old Holly was probably more understanding. She's one of those new age prosecutors. And
right.
I think she was probably more understanding about the whole deal than I was. I was pretty upset about it. But it's water under the bridge.
Already, and okay, so give me honest commentary. How you feel about me overall?
I think you're a good guy overall.
Already,
right? I think you're learning how to live in the real world,
absolutely.
And that can be a rough old lesson sometimes.
Definitely.
Especially when you got a big gap. You know, you came out and you're 42, went in when you're 18. You know, some level you were still 18 years old, and you had to learn in a big hurry.
Yeah, and who you telling? But just want to share with you though that after you know this knock on the head, setback, like I had to just take a fall. It was too good for me or something. Like everything was so good when I got out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was so happy. Everybody was so whatever.
Right.
But all that stuff tapered off quick. Like, you know, everybody got their lives. They got their little stuff going on. Ain't nobody. Yeah, like right. So, you know, it's me like actually not taking heed to what you was trying to do for me. Like put me in the lane where I could be around some people who could be mentor towards me or whatnot. And you know. Circumstances brought it about.
I think you've learned a lot in the intervening few months.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like I fell back from all the extracurricular activities. Couldn't get a job. I'm talking about job, applying, no job. I'm talking about that little money I got. That stuff just dwindled. The bills don't stop.
The bills don't stop, and the money goes away.
Wasn't stopping. So shit, I'm just pretty much like homeless, but like hopefully you see like I ain't quit. That's all I want you to see. Like I ain't never quit. I'm not gonna quit. And
you're working hard and you've got a situation. Hopefully it'll turn into something good for you. And
yeah, we'll see. Speaking of which, I got me a little business I started. Ever you cue that up, please? I started Texas Longhorns. That's my business. I do landscape work. Cut grass, blow, weed eat. I plant trees. I plant plants. Hedges and whatnot. I can even probably do a little irrigation and lights and stuff because my boss teaching me these things. Like I can actually do that stuff. I just got to get the materials and stuff and continue to listen to this. He's like my mentor now, Chris Buster. So yeah, man, I just want you to know I'm trying. I ain't gave up. And I will continue, no matter how retarded I may be. I'm just letting you know, sir. I appreciate you. Like, if anybody know, like, if nothing would have happened first without God, our first source, Our first sinner, thank you first. Down here on this planet, none of this would have happened if it wasn't for this man right here who had it in his heart to show that we can bridge the gap between, you know, like minorities, I'm going to say the black community, and, you know, the judicial system, law enforcement, all that. I feel like if we came together and worked with one another, like in a unified way, like I want to be committing crimes and shit. People talking about defund the police and all this old shit. Well, what about somebody rape your daughter or your little cousin or something? Who you gonna call?
Yeah.
Not Ghostbusters. You gonna call 911. You need the cops to come take care of this shit. So I want to give a shout out in a commendation way to say that y'all actually doing a great job. Y'all doing a good job. I know stuff, isolated situations happen. It's on the media and we all tripping, but like, we need law, we need order, we need structure, we need discipline, we need organization, we need all that stuff.
What'd you think about your fellow buddies down in the penitentiary?
What about them? I don't even remember no more. Like, you get some buddies I got that I put on my little security.
I mean, I'm talking about the people you were hanging, the whole crowd down there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's some guys that's out now. We was talking on FaceTime, and he was like, they thought you was crazy, boy. They thought you was crazy, but you showed them. I mean, I tell them, hey, man, get out this motherfucker. I ain't trying to hear it. And I'm going to be on TV. You know, so I don't know. It's just falling like this. I ain't go looking for this. I didn't go searching for this, Jim. And I promise you, I don't know. If I just continue to have faith, you know, and continue to give out this energy that I have, no matter my shortcomings, my vices or whatnot, like, man, God got my back. And hey, man, you are an inspiration to me. You know, for you to be in a position that you were, maybe thinking how you thought at the time, and having enough objectivity to sit back and listen. No judgments, no assumptions, no speculations, none of that stuff. You just actually like a real high caliber human is supposed to do. We need to learn how to do that with one another, and you was able to display that, and I was able to witness it. So I just want you to know, sir, utmost respect to you for real, sir.
Thank you.
You know, and I want y'all to know, man, Jim Young, whatever he gonna do, I think he's gonna start helping people that need help one day, huh? What you thinking about that?
Maybe
we could get together and do it.
Yeah.
Or we need to go around, we looking for sponsors and all that stuff, Longhorns, but hey, we want to go around. We need sponsors, we need funding, we need all that stuff so we could go speak and show what can happen if we were honest with ourselves first and then honest with each other and trying to work with one another in a way that we could be positive, uplifting, and advance in some kind of way, because I don't want to be about no, destruction no more. So. No. Just know I got the utmost respect for you. I love you, sir.
All right. You likewise.
Okay. You love me?
Yeah.
Already, man.
So hey,
man, it's I'm gonna close out on this. I'm kind of emotional a little bit, but I'm holding it in. It's all good. What about you, Alfie? What you thinking? Huh?
Yeah, I like the motherfucker, man. He all right with me, man. Shout out to you, bro. You my boy, man, too, man. All right, love you too, man.
All right, man. Hey, Al Your Power Show once again, man. This is special to me, man. And I thank you, sir, for real.
Sure.
All right. Come on, give me some again, huh?